Yeah, so unfortunately, I apologize if the audio is shit because my microphone that I had, I must have broke it or thrown away, and then I don't have any other microphones, and it's just easier to do this as audio than it is to do as video because then it's just easier to edit. So, Mr. J's looking at my stuff. He's like, "What the hell did he get now?"
Oh no, I'm just
No, the gun's up there. I just probably can't see it.
again.
The one you 3D printed, the
Oh
blaster.
no.
You probably can't see it. I can't see it. It blends in too much. So today we're gonna just I don't know, I don't really have a format for these things. I just like to just like to chat and talk about toys and just things
Wait, is that Ultron up there? Oh no, that's Iron Man Mark II.
Mark 3.
Okay, whatever.
Oh no. Well, maybe. But I do got this.
Yeah, your little
So it's kind of cool. Basically, it's I got and well, it's really cool. And I guess we could talk about this. I don't know if it's something you're interested in doing, but they have other stuff too. Like I guess there was a Thanos gauntlet,
there was also
and right now they have a Iron Spider. There's Don's car from Fast and Furious
Oh,
that you can build.
I thought you said Dawn.
Oh
Or
no!
sorry. Oh, I thought you said Dawn. Who the fuck is Dawn?
No, yeah. You can now. I put a notification for it, but apparently they're going to be doing a Optimus Prime from the movie, the '07 movie. So I'm not interested in that one. But I thought it was pretty cool. So I was like, "What is this?" That was a poster, but I thought it was pretty cool. They give you like art. So I'm gonna have to go buy freaking frames now. But yeah, I was going to do like a series on recording these and building them, but trying to build this with a camera in front of me was pain in the butt. So I might just show this is what the parts look like. Here it's done, because trying to get this piece into no it took me no. So yeah, and then like I think I might have did it wrong, but just because it kind of, but whatever. Capri, you just gotta walk around and jingle jingle, don't you?
Hi,
Don't you? So I thought we would start with. So I have a couple discussion. I have a couple topics, which is why I have certain figures on the tables. One are Mr. J's Constructicons, and I didn't know if you wanted me to hold on to them until we had all of them, or do you want to take them back, or bring them back when the other ones show up, etc., etc.
August 4th.
August 4th will be Long Haul and Hook. And I have already seen the combined mode. It looks pretty. Here's the thing: people are complaining about the backpack.
Well, no.
Why? Why? It's a Hasbro figure. Why are people complaining about backpacks?
There's new thing they're talking about is since Scrapper is off slightly to the side.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah, there's people.
I'm sure there'll be somebody who will come out with 3D. Will come out with 3D. What is it? A DNA kit that will have like a filler piece that'll attach there to make the leg more whatever.
Well, no, because like it's basically anyone who has like OCD will have like because the leg the right leg is just slightly off center.
Yeah, and I think that's just how it locks in.
Well, but I think that also does for like better stability.
Yeah, and I guess it depends on how Mixmaster is going to connect too. Since I don't think we've.
Oh, you ever seen the pictures already?
I have not seen the pictures on Mixmaster yet. I guess I didn't know those were out yet.
No, because evidently, people I don't either. Someone are getting them like because I don't know how. I think Mixmaster was already announced. I think I sent you something where basically I think one is in September and the other one's October of this year. Coming out.
They're all coming out this year, aren't they?
Well,
or at least they're trying to, anyways.
Did you watch the Marvel?
I did not. I did see some stuff. I know they announced the Fantastic Four Marvel Legend figures, which I think they look fine.
Well, like I said,
I'm not I gotta get them right now.
I don't. Well, they good because they don't come out until August.
No, I know, but I mean, like, so Nerdzoic, I got an email from them that I can actually pre-order the entire set for like $169, like, which is the case, because I think it comes with you have Reed, Sue Storm, which again I'm like it's the same old, because she's got the same that little, what is it, the energy shield effect that they always give her.
That's about the only thing that. Oh no, actually, this one's different because I just watched.
Oh, is it different? Because I saw the image and it looked like the same thing.
I just watched Robo's Weekly Rewind, and he was talking about him, but they showed a reverse side of it, where it's actually bullet hole that
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm just saying it's the same kind of gimmick, but they say they mold differently. So.
But the Sue Storm mold is completely new because it's the costume. Like the top part has like the lines in the uniform.
Well, the painting, yeah, and like I guess the skull. I guess they probably would have reused assets and then sculpted on top of it.
No,
that's usually how they do it. But I mean,
it's like completely new. Like the costumes are completely.
The costumes are they're new molds, yeah. And then I think the Johnny Storm Flame On version, I think that would be a completely new mold, because I don't think they've ever released one that detailed before. Because usually aren't they just like red? With like flame effects that you can attach to it, versus it being like a full on like, I thought that was cool. And then of course people are probably gonna complain about the Silver Surfer, and it looks fine to me. I mean, it's comic accurate. The mold looks fine. I mean, it may not be 100% how she's gonna look in the movie, because that's an early concept versus how they finish the CG. So well, actually, it's what it is.
That's a Robo. He's like one complaint. He's like he didn't like how it was kind of swirly silver. They expected a chrome, but you could easily repaint it over with chrome paint. But
are any of them any for chrome? Because I don't think the HasLab one's chrome. I think it's silver.
Well, it's silver, but
I guess the Unworthy Silver Surfer one is kind of a darker color.
Yeah,
it's like a dark chrome, but and
then I feel but like I don't think I kind of like about it. But I could be like, oh, she's got boobs, but it's one of those ones I got an MCU collection, waiting to be displayed, but so I might get it just for that, and
I mean, I might pick it up just for my Fantastic Four display that is no longer up because I moved stuff around.
But no, I did like every time you see like Silver Surfer, he has like just like looks like shoot feet, but doesn't here you actually see her toes.
Oh, okay. That's kind of an interesting thing.
I go, well, I mean, it's one of the things where, and with Silver Surfer, I'm sure when he concept, you're like, well, you can't make him look like he's naked, so I mean, and let's be honest, he'd look kind of stupid with like board shorts on. I mean, it'd be funny to see it, but I'm sure.
Oh yeah, and I mean,
But I mean, it's like.
I'm glad they didn't do that. I was kind of worried they might try to give her a skirt.
It's like with these new Superman movie coming out, the McFarlane Metamorpho. I'm pretty sure it's based on the. I think it's a Metamorpho. I think that's his name.
It is, but I don't know who the character is, and it's upsetting me.
Yeah, I know enough about like a lot of comic characters to get me by where I don't have. I mean.
Well, so is he a Superman villain, or is he is he just like a Green Lantern villain?
No.
Or just a DC villain in general?
No, he's not a villain. He's actually a hero.
Or a hero, I guess, a hero. But they're kind of making him out to be a villain. They're making him look like he's a villain in the trailers.
I haven't actually seen him in the trailers at all.
I thought he's the one who turns into the dragon. Isn't his power to like shapeshift or something?
No, he's basically like different elements.
Oh, okay. So then who's that guy they show where he's like, oh.
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, then. I don't know then.
But no, anyway, like, the figure, and I'm guessing it's probably like, I don't remember, I can't even remember if the I know it was part of one of the Justice League offshoots, but I don't remember if they actually kind of gave him like the whole, like underoos, if you will. And like, for some reason, like, in the movie, like the pictures I've seen where he's got shorts on, I go, God, that looks horrible.
Yeah, I've only seen a couple of toys and they don't look that great, but then again, they're also not like high end collectible figures.
If you tell me the ones that are like in like the toy aisles now or showing up, yeah, I know those are.
Those are just like whatever company's doing them. I don't know. I didn't actually look at the package to see what company. Because it's not McFarlane, that's for sure. Who does DC toys? That's not because you have McFarlane. Well, McFarlane did. I should clarify. He's not. After 2025, there will be no longer any more McFarlane DC figures, from my understanding, right? And who's taking over the license?
Oh, Mattel's taking over, but no, these ones aren't Mattel. They're
no, I know it's not Mattel. I know, but I mean, like,
I know the company.
It's not Playmates, is it?
No. It starts with an S, and I can't think of the.
Oh, S. Oh my God. Yeah, someone will yell it and throw the comments. You idiots! Don't you ever look at the packages? Yeah. So I don't know if McFarlane does a Superman figure.
You know, he's got the movie figures. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, like when I see one, I mean, I might pick it up for my Superman little display, but which is not up right now. I don't, and the only Supermans I want to get, a Reed Superman, Christopher Reed, but I haven't seen one that looks like him. And I may not be able to ever make one, and I might just have to settle for one that's not overly priced.
Well, I will say this
because you have one, don't you?
Yes, I have the page punchers, and at first I was like, didn't like the cell shading on it because like the suit. I mean, it's
a cell shading on the suit
because since it's from the comic, it's like, hey, you know this, you know, in the comics they'd have the shadows painted on them.
Yeah.
And however, when we did our trip to Sioux City, that was 3-4 weeks ago now.
Yeah, it was like a month ago now.
Anyway, when we were down
was there one there?
There was one at the FYE. They wanted like $50.
Did I look at I did look. I remember now, and I was like, "Oh, the face sculpt." I didn't like the face sculpt.
Because that's when I've said that I was looking at the page because since they have like actually the like little shading of cell lines on the face, it actually makes him look more like Christopher Reeves. Than the
and then I don't know if they ever did. Oh my God, his name just slipped my mind. Superman Returns. Starts with an R. I know that. He was in Brandon
Routh.
Brandon Routh, yeah.
Something like that.
I don't know if they ever did one of him. Probably not.
They did not.
And then you're gonna have as much as I didn't like the Flash movie, I wouldn't mind if they made a Jack Nicholson, Nicolas Cage. Superman figure. I think that'd be kind of cool. That's a missed opportunity. That'd been pretty cool to make.
That wouldn't be.
I would get it. Wouldn't be that hard to do.
Well, no, because all you gotta do is basically you can go online and buy a 3D printed head.
I guess you could just make one, huh? If you just get maybe get like one of the bodies.
Well, yeah, all you gotta do is there's plenty of black suited Supermans out there.
He was one with a dark blue, but I mean you could customize it.
No, I've seen pictures like when they were trying to do behind the scenes. No, because I'm
about from in the Flash, like when they actually showed. I know the behind the scenes, it was a darker suit. It was a much darker suit.
Well, no, because that one's going to be like the Death of Superman, where he comes back or whatever.
Yeah, which I thought would have been a cool thing to do. Actually, you correctly, and it's Tim Burton. And Tim Burton does stuff correctly.
Well, let me put it back in the day. Nowadays, people like to sit there and tear apart. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Beetlejuice did not live up to my expectations. It was an okay film. Michael Keaton still, killed it as Beetlejuice, but it's one of those things where, I think what
was funny is that he had the exact amount of screen time in that movie as he did in the first one. That was one of his stipulations.
To me,
But it felt like he had more screen time.
Well, no, I'm just saying that.
It's weird.
To me, it's one of those movies where it's like you waited
25 years.
It might have been long. Anyway,
maybe longer than that.
You wait
almost 30 years.
You wait like so long to do the sequel, and like sure, the people who loved the first movie are pumped for it, and you get the people who have grew up on the movie. Yeah, this is exciting, and then you go and watch, and you're like, oh.
Well, here's an example, and here's an example for like a movie that's been so long now. Now, obviously, I don't think Michael J. Fox could probably act again properly, right? But what if they were to make a Back to the Future 4 and introduce? I'm just saying, say they did one and they had a story, and they just in the original cast are like more of a cameo / kind of like they were Ghostbusters, where they're there, but they're not the focus of the story anymore. And then you have the next generation, like maybe his son or something, and you get Tom Holland or somebody that looks like Michael J. Fox, and he ends up fighting the time machine or something shenanigans that happened, and then they kind of retcon something, no matter how good it would be, maybe our expectations it'd be the same feeling. You would see the trailer, oh wow, that's actually a cool concept. We'd watch the movie and go, I could have done without that. Because that's how I feel with that Beetlejuice movie. I could have done without it. Well, I've only seen it once.
Like I said, the plot point with the plot.
Too many plots.
Well, where you have like the whole ex-wife coming back, you could have completely cut that and had
No, it wouldn't change the movie at all.
No.
I mean, it would have changed the climax a little bit. You would have had to have something for them to fight, but you had them. I don't know, and I think we did do a thing where we talked about it. I do believe that had they focused on that kid and him being the villain, the kid who she thought was alive, but he was actually dead, and he actually murdered his family. I think if they had focused on that as the story and just, like you said, cut the ex-wife out,
Well, yeah.
I mean, you still could have included it as like, oh, this is the reason, this is how he becomes Beetlejuice, but she's gone.
No, well,
You could have still done that.
Well, here's the thing: if you wanted, you could have sit there easily had it where he got basically where okay in order cause like well Beetlejuice says all right we have to do this marriage, and she said okay I'll do it, saves the kid. Maybe some kind of not necessarily an epic showdown, but Beetlejuice doing his things like Tigger's been punched,
Yeah. I think they try to emulate the original movie too much, but then added more to it and do something more grand, but still keep it down to the original movie in terms of like how the ending went, like with a wedding and not really a wedding, but like whatever, a seance and all that. But I don't know. Like I said, and that's the thing. Like with movies in general, and since we'll come back to Transformers, but something I do want to talk to you about because I am interested in it, and I have seen I don't know if you've seen any of the leak photos or behind the scene, Skyview photos, but what do you think of the He-Man thing? Are you excited? Are you like, it'll be what it is, and it's like the original 88? No, 87. The original 87 Master of the Universe movie where it's like, it's stupid, it's terrible, the costumes aren't that great, Skeletor freaking kills it. That's the best part of the whole movie. But yet, every time I watch that movie in the background, I always pause when he pulls that damn sword out and says, I have the power. Because the way that they did the music, and the way it's just, that was cool. I mean, granted, he didn't ever become Adam in that movie. I don't think it was even part of the, I don't think it was even, considered. He was just He-Man.
I do know, there was a lot going on with that movie where, basically, the whole last part, the invasion of Earth, was cut down a lot because of
budgeting and behind the scenes stuff.
No, they had blown the budget and they were basically bleeding money, and I don't know how they got it, but they were able to get.
If I remember correctly, I don't know what it was. I wasn't on the DVD, but I watched something where they said that they ran, like you said, they ran out of money, and they didn't have the climax, and so they literally had them in costume in his backyard. Like, like how it went completely black and they were just dueling. He filmed that in his backyard apparently. Had spotlights up, dark, they did it at night, spotlights, and just had a handheld camera and filmed it. Just to get it done. That's what I heard.
I know there's a couple of videos online. I've actually also watched videos. You find them on YouTube, whatever.
Oh yeah, retrospectives of how this movie failed.
They're supposed to be this, huge Earth battling an Eternia, but since again they're running out of money, they said that we'll just put it on Earth. And
so what do you think? So okay,
I don't know.
What do you think about the whole thing? What I've heard,
I've seen the Tila in her costume, which
looks fine to me.
It looks fine. It's kind of
tribute between the two.
It's got kind of a tribute to the OG, but at the same time, it's
modernized.
And you're not gonna be
they're not gonna put her in booty shorts. They're not going to. People complain about. I've seen people on Reddit and Facebook fan groups complain about it, and they're bringing in the Tila from Revelations that don't need no man, and I'm like, I never really got that impression from that show. I think the only thing that upset me about that first part was that it was marketed as being a He-Man show, and then he was killed off in the first episode, and he was gone until midway through.
Yeah, well, that and the also fact that they didn't actually run them all. Release them either at the same time?
No, then they broke it up. But when you watch it as a whole, I think it's a good show. Once you watch it all together, and I kind of hope they would continue. And since they kind of teased She-Ra and Horde, Hordak. I said Horde, Hordak.
Well, Hordak did show up.
They can't. Well, I mean, his army, his massive. I guess the army did show up at the end, but I mean, his planet.
No, they can't do She-Ra because that's.
They teased it.
No, because Mattel doesn't actually own the rights. Because it was
Netflix. Well, the thing is, Netflix doesn't have it anymore, so it had to go to Amazon if they did it.
No. What I'm saying is the fact that because they had
that tease at the end where it was Aurora.
Despera.
Just whatever her name is, but it was her.
Well, no, it was Adora, but no, that
Adora. I said Aurora, didn't I? It's Adora. Yeah, you're right.
No, but no, it showed the helmet, so I think it's Despera or whatever. It was there's I know.
What was she called? Was it Despero?
No, because that's like something they did. I know they did in the later comics, not the show. Because they actually had her in like a Hordak looking armor.
Yeah, because I don't think she ever. I think she was just like in her regular outfit in the cartoon or the movie, the whatever the movie was called, that animated. I don't remember what that animated movie was called. It's like Power of something. Anyways, the reason I bring it up because I was just interested what your thoughts are like on this new movie.
I haven't seen. I want to see behind the scenes pictures.
That's what I've seen too.
Concrete. I do like the fun that they're kind of poking fun at the Prince Adam wearing like a pink shirt.
I love that. And I want this movie to be over the top. I don't want to be too over the top, but I want it to be cheesy in a way. Like, I think that's cool that they did that. The pink and white shirt, I think that's cool. Even if it's only like the beginning of the movie and then he's wearing red clothes the rest of it.
Like, supposedly, like the rumored story idea is that in order to save him, they send him to Earth. And so basically the hope is that it's not just going to be all on Earth, that he gets found on Earth. You're a prince of...
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Basically, I think the whole synopsis that I read was that not Skeletor, but before he's Skeletor, apparently at the beginning of the movie he kills King Randor. And I don't know how I feel about that, but he was never a major character in the cartoons. He did play more of a role in the later adaptations of the thing, like the 2000 version, and then obviously the Revelations. I mean, he got killed in that one too, but I mean, he did play a little bit more of a role in that. But so I don't know how I feel about them just killing him off in the beginning, because then I'm like, okay. And then they send Adam away to Earth to protect him with the Sword of Grayskull, which then makes it where Skeletor can't gain full control of. Because I think I've heard rumors they're gonna play off the two sword thing, where because how in the toy you have the two swords, they go together. I think that because you need both swords to actually enter Castle Grayskull, I think they might be playing off of that a little bit, and so they send part of it with him to Earth to protect him, and then from my understanding, Teela comes to Earth because there's like behind the scenes shots of her and Adam. Like with the cops and stuff.
Well, it looked to me like they were training.
Or maybe training. And so I feel like probably like the last 30 minutes of this movie, it'll be like Power Rangers. Where I have a feeling it'll be like the Power Rangers movie, where the first opening act is like this epic space battle with all the suits and everything, and because they've been naming all these obscured characters that they're being cast that were like in one episode of the show, like Pigman. I don't even remember that character.
No, he was one of the Sun.
He must have been like one episode dude that I don't remember.
He's not technically part of Masters of the Universe.
Oh, really? Okay.
He is one of the Sunman villains that was incorporated.
Incorporated into it. Okay. But I think the beginning is gonna be like this giant battle, and we're gonna be, oh my god, Easter egg, Easter egg, Easter egg.
Well, yeah, they're gonna throw. They have to throw Easter eggs.
Oh my god, is that Trapjaw? And then it's the last we're gonna see Trapjaw. Is that Moorman? Oh my god, is that one character that was in episode 12 for 3 frames? And the background, why Skeletor was,
I actually tried to watch that cartoon a few years ago.
It's terrible. I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's bad.
Just like Thundercats. I was like trying to watch it, but no.
Can't do it, man. I was gonna try to do like a series of like reacting to like past shows that I grew up as a kid that I haven't watched since I was a kid, like G1 Transformers, which I'm slowly getting through.
Well,
He-Man.
I will say that Transformers slightly holds up. Yes, you have all your animation errors.
I just think it's funny.
Why is there 3-star screen?
Why is Clip Jumper talking, but Optimus's mouth is moving? Stuff like that, Or why are they flying, but then they're drowning at the same time? I'm drowning, help me! Here, grab this! Oh yeah, I forgot, I can just fly out of the water. And then after, I think, the first season, they don't fly ever again. I think after that, only I can't remember, is it in the show, is he called Skyfire? Or was he Jetfire in the show? Because the toy was called Skyfire. I think it was Jetfire. The original story, so was it Jetfire in the show? Because he doesn't come in until season 2, right?
He comes in somewhere.
Or some point at the end of season 1 into season 2. But I can't remember because I know the box that says Jetfire or says Skyfire.
Well, nowadays it does say Jetfire, but
It says Jetfire now, but I mean the original OG toy
Yeah, it
is
was
just
Skyfire.
I think it's just funny how they. I think how it's funny
because it was a Macross robot.
Yeah, I think it's funny how they're doing on Optimus Prime, like they're doing like a collab, like where he turns into a Veritech fighter, which I think is I might get that, but it's like you're like just make Jetfire. Are we gonna get a Jetfire too? Because it's just I think they said they're gonna make a Jetfire. Like wait a minute, isn't that just the same thing? But yeah, no, I think the sword looks great. I think the sword looks really cool. I didn't know if you want them left in robot mode or.
No,
they're in vehicle mode right now.
no, I was like just looking and they go. That one there says it's 2 of 6, and it doesn't say that there, but
I think it says on the side. I think it says
does.
1 of 5 on the side. Anyways, so speaking of Constructicons,
yeah, that's funny that it does.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I pointed out in the I make my script.
Okay, there are actually 6. However, technically, this would be 1 of 5 boxes.
Yeah, and then that would be 1 of 6 boxes.
Well, no, because
you're right, because
there's
2 in a box. Yeah,
so,
you're right. What do you think? And I'm gonna call this the Devastator War.
You don't mean that's a good Ultra Magnus, but that's not the right one to go with that crew.
That's the only one I have, and that's the Earthrise one.
Yeah, well,
I you know what I want to do, and this might be morbid to me, but I do want to pop his head off and then just take the rest of it away and just have the head sitting there. Because here's what's funny about that show, is I think they released the Earthrise mold, which is the one I have because I never saw the Cybertron one. Did you get the Cybertron one? I wasn't really I wasn't like a financial like place to really collect a crap ton like I do now. So I don't think I was like I'll have to pass on it. I think I waited. I think I wasn't a fan of all the Cybertron emotes, so I was just waiting for like Earthrise, which is funny because here's what's funny. So Earthrise, they release all their Earth alt modes, which is cool, but they never get them in the show because they're never on Earth in the time frame where there would be cars because they're in prehistoric time. And what's funny is Ultra Magnus is killed in Siege, right?
Yeah.
And he's just a head. So he's never like an alt mode. He never has an Earthrise. He never even goes to Earth. He never leaves Cybertron. This is funny. But hey, you should be happy he's not with the 86 stuff anymore. And you notice I have a space for him when it comes.
You don't have Galvatron either.
Yeah, I do. Oh, they're up there.
That's not the 86 one.
It's the Kingdom one. It's the same one. It's the same mold. It's the same mold. They change. Okay, what do they do? The new paint. Do you have it? Do you have it?
Yes, I have it.
Did it come out already?
Yeah.
I guess they don't sell leader class in stores anymore.
No, because we actually lost that spot.
We never had that spot, which was weird when one showed up.
There was a tag. I think that's why I see like on Reddit a lot of times people say, "Oh, yeah, funds with clearance of Walmart." Why? It's because I'm sure it gets shipped in. We don't have a spot for it.
Get rid of it. Yeah. No, we got.
And that's not the right Cyclonus.
It's the only Cyclonus.
Is it though?
That they've released, yeah. There's that one. There's the Shattered Glass one.
No,
I'm waiting for them to release one.
There's also the one that they redecoed as somebody else who's part of.
Yeah, you can get it in store right now. It's like
records or what?
I don't know. But yeah, so so like Rodimus, technically Rodimus Prime, you're right, is Kingdom line, but it's meant to go with Studio Series line. Originally they weren't gonna make another Galvatron, but then they decided to make another one. Because that mold was released 3 times. It was released Kingdom, Legacy, and then they released it a second time during Legacy with because the first Legacy mold was basically just a reissue. Then the second one they fixed the shoulders, and then the battle damage was taken off.
Well, no, because there was one released in the toy colors from back.
Oh, then they released that one too. So there was 3.
Of course, I think that was like more of the Hasbro.
That was Legacy line.
Well, no, but it was actually in one of those like the weird box, the brown and boxes with like the graphics on it.
Yeah.
So that was one of those. But
with a cutout opening.
No, they also did a. This was like the boxes say GameStop, right? They had like the GoBots.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're
so
right.
the classic the toy color one was that.
Right.
But no, then they did a the formatted Galvatron, where it's like the purple with the lines and
They did do that one too. Yep, you're right.
However, I believe that one.
Did that one transform?
I'm pretty sure they all transform. Well, no, you're thinking of the RED line. The one I have.
I was
that
thinking,
one.
yeah,
No,
the,
but they
the
actually,
red line that they get canceled, which isn't a bad line, but they canceled it.
People are bitching like, oh, I don't like that you can't transform, but yeah, people are like, oh my god, these blockies are so amazing.
So they're starting to make them where they can transform.
Hey, oh shit.
So apparently,
Have you seen the stuff for the blockies Soundwave?
No. Is it good or?
Well, Robo knows, and now thanks to him, so do I. If you don't know.
So here's the thing with blockies. Okay, they're model kits. Okay, they're cool. We did when we made our trip to Sioux City. We bought Prime and Bumblebee. And the only reason I bought them is because they looked like they were, and I think they were. I think they were.
I know Bumblebee was.
Weren't they the movie?
Well,
Transformers 1?
No. These ones weren't. No.
They're G1.
I think the Bumblebee is more from his appearance in the Bumblebee movie.
Bumblebee movie, okay.
But
either way, I thought they were cool,
Prime,
and I have a space for
Prime
them.
was a little more G1 inspired.
It was G1, yeah, inspired, yeah. So as we're talking about blockies, they released blocky Constructicons. And apparently, due to some, Hasbro actually said no. They released a kit to be able to turn them all into Devastator. And Hasbro said no. They can't release it in the United States. But you can still get it. But you have to get it through like AliExpress. Show Z Store actually had it on there, but it's sold out now. But I did see it on there. What do you think of, like, it's weird. It's like people are calling it like, oh, we're back in Combiner Wars again because everybody's releasing Combiners again. So like, what do you have for Hasbro? You have the Constructicons. They're gonna do it. You don't have much left for 86 line. The only thing you have left is like Astro Train. They haven't done.
Yep, they're doing him.
I would love to get Astro Train. They haven't done Soundwave yet. They've done they've done a couple of the tapes. But they haven't done Soundwave yet. They did Blaster though, right?
They did Blaster.
I think I would hope Soundwave be a different kind of mold, but it's probably gonna be a remold.
No. Because Blaster and Soundwave are two different. Like, Soundwave is a tape player, and yes, still technically.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying they always end up sharing the same toy box.
No, I did see again through the Transformers subreddit that I don't know if we call it a leak list or a supposed list of stuff that's coming out like between like the rest of this year and possibly beginning of next year. And Soundwave 86 was one of them.
And I'm guessing he'll probably come with either Laserbeak or Ravage.
Well,
they have not done the Insecticons. And I feel like the only way they could do those for 86 line would probably be how they did the RC Twins. It'd be a 3-pack, and they'd be tiny as hell.
Well, here's the thing, though. If you stop and think about it, that only two of them actually showed up in the movie. I don't remember. I do not remember Bombshell. I know it was Shrapnel and Kickback. Because they're the two that turn into Scourge's minions, right? Or is it? Well, I guess there's a debate right there. Who turned into what? I'm.
Well, then there's also the Coneheads. At least two of them were in it, and I think one. No, okay. So I'm not saying who turned into who, but it was Skywarp, Bombshell, Kickback, Megatron, and there was one other one that got turned. That were damaged. That got turned into.
No, they weren't. It's not the Coneheads. The Coneheads are Dirge.
But they were in the movie. I don't know if they were tossed out, but like I remember that opening scene. I think it was Dirge. They got hit by Optimus.
No, it was Thrust.
Was it Thrust? Was it the blue one? Thrust the blue one.
Thrust was the red one.
The red one. Okay, Dirge. So it's Thrust. Sturge is the blue one. Okay, but I'm just saying, like, why not release all three? I mean, they released the one Dinobot, and I swear to God, I still can't see him in the movie. I've looked for it.
I've seen it enough times to where like, hey, there he is.
It must be like a 3-frame second. I'm like, oh, I must miss it every time. No, but either way, you have a character that was in frame for like what, a minute? Not even a minute. Where most of us for years didn't realize he was even in the movie, and they released a figure of it. So why not? If you're gonna do like the Seekers, do all three. Now, granted, Coronation of Starscream, that was a Studio Series box, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm surprised they haven't done Skywarp and Thundercracker yet. As Studio Series for 86.
I know one of them.
They've been releasing G1 toys.
No.
Reissues or whatever you want to call those.
Let's call it like it is. We all know that toy companies nowadays like to reuse molds, so they're definitely going to be making.
It's just been a long time.
Australia.
When did that come out?
Oh,
That was a shelf warmer forever.
And even after, because I remember like whatever.
I think I got mine for like 25.
No.
Did I pay full price? No, you
Yes,
bought it.
Yes, I paid full price for it.
That's right.
Because that was part of.
Oh, that's right. Because we bought them thinking we were gonna get them, and then they sat.
No, I know.
For months, for like years.
I went down to Sioux City, and this is the time I was trying to pay you. Well, I mean, I did actually get you paid back before it actually shipped and got here, but the Galvatron, Galactus.
The Galactus, that's right. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Seeing as like I go, do you want this? Sure. I go, would you consider it
part of it? Yep. And I said, yeah, sure.
And then
because back then they were what, 35, 40 bucks?
Right.
Were they still 50?
50 bucks.
Were they? That's when they. I think because now they're 55. Leader classes are 55. And if they ever went to a 65, like Hasbro didn't do it, but they were rumored they were going to. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna buy leader classes anymore. But no, I find it interesting because like Hasbro, and then you have, I haven't seen anything else, but they've released Vortex, or they haven't released pre-order. And who was the other one did they show? The freaking shuttle. I can't remember his name.
Why am I thinking Bomb Blast?
It's not Bomb Blast. But anyways, so we're getting the other ones. We're gonna get the other ones. So we're getting Bruticus.
Okay.
And we're getting we've already got Minosaur. We're getting Superion, which, so everybody wondering, mine has not been canceled yet. I actually have a date now.
Yeah, because that was when I told you that they show. Because
I know.
November 3rd. Well.
4th, whatever.
Well, yeah, mine
says the 5th now. It says estimated the 5th, but I mean,
all right,
I'm fine with that.
Here's who was thrown out of Astral Train. It was Megatron, Skywarp, Thundercracker, and the Insecticons.
So all 3 Insecticons.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had Megatron, Obsidian, and Galvatron. I'll just say one of the Seekers turned into Cyclonus. One of the Insecticons, which I'm pretty sure was Bombshell, turned into Scourge. But then you had 3 of each, right? There were 3 Cyclonuses and 3...
No, there was Cyclonus and his Armada.
Which are 3 of them.
Which were they have 2 of them.
So there's 4. There's 4 of them that were Cyclonus, but one is Cyclonus. The other ones are clowns, basically.
No, there was only 2, because I think...
Was there 2? I thought there was 3. It's okay.
You know what?
And then, and the reason why I say there's 3... Because every time they release sets, like for third party, when I'm thinking about getting it, well, I don't know, I might get the Fans Toys ones now. But X Transbots has a set of Scourge, and it's a set of 3.
Yes, because he had.
Because he had his Armada as well.
Had his sweep.
Oh, the sweep. So I think there was 3 of sweeps, 2 sweeps, and then Scourge. And I thought there was 3 Armada. 2 that were the Armada, and then 1 was Cyclonus. That's what I thought it was. But then again, we go into Season 3, and there's like a crap ton of them all of a sudden, all over the place. So they reproduced. But no, I just find it hilarious because...
Somehow Palpatine found a way to return.
Yeah, pretty much. So we're getting Onslaught from Hasbro. We're obviously getting the Constructicons. We're getting Superion. Do you think we'll get it? Have they released anything for Defensor? Or announced anything yet? No? Okay. I don't know if we might not get Defensor. But we are. But okay, so then you have MMC.
But don't get defensive.
So MMC is actually fully released theirs. I didn't even realize that. But theirs is different. So theirs is the Ocular Max version.
You see the MMC?
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse Club?
No. It's oh my god. I can't remember the name of their company. Anyways, no, it's a third-party company. They do, you know what Ocular Max is, right?
The what?
Ocular Max.
I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's just nodding his head. No, so the Japanese company that did some of the animation for the original G1 toys, the cartoon, they did stylized versions of all the characters, like anime styles. That were like an art book and everything. So some third-party companies, when they do, they'll do stylized versions of characters. Like they just released, I think it was Bingo Toys released a Jazz, which is I guess pretty cool, but it's the MMC. It's the Ocular Max version. But anyways, the way to say it is it's not G1. It's G1 inspired, but it's like a different style of art. But they did Defensor. But the problem with their Defensor is it's too short compared to the other combiner, like MP combiners that are out for third party. And then you have, like, where I have on the table here, and I don't know if you held them yet. These are fans' toys, okay? These are third party. Tell me, does not feel like an official product? Like, just go and pick up one. Tell me that does not feel like something like maybe like Takara would do. I mean, they haven't done combiners, though. That's the thing. Well, see, here's the thing. So, look at that. And then I break it. Like, look at that. That's, and it holds up. Why is that not? Oh, I think it's the skirt. Why is that being weird? There we go. That piece was in the way. But anyways, so yeah, it's fully transformable. The only thing is, like, it has this back piece that they pop in for stability, but they're trying to make it look like the Toon model. You know, with the way it looks. So I'm interested. Well, don't have it too loud. I'll have to blur it out. I'm interested when this is, well, at least, what do you think is taller? Your Combiner Wars or this?
Ouch, my foot.
Oh.
I know it says my foot.
Yeah. And then this is, and then I feel like they're releasing theirs in order of Hasbro, which is funny. And then of course you have Brian's
about to die.
Oh yeah, I know. He dies all the time. You just can't hit the 15-second mark. You little thing. You just press that.
Oh, whoop, I went too far. Okay, so
you have Bombshell.
Okay.
That is what's this? It's okay. So
I believe it's Sky Warp.
And there's maybe there's only two then, but you had Bombshell twice, so that's why there was an issue.
Wait, hold on. Here's the funny thing is they didn't actually. All right.
1, 2, 3,
it's kickback
4,
and
5.
shrapnel.
Yeah, but Bombshell. Okay,
no, that's
shrapnel.
Kickback and shrapnel.
Yep. And then probably Sky Warp or Thundercracker.
Sky Warp becomes
Bombshell right there, and then whoever that. So there's only two then.
So basically, if he's up in the foreground, does that mean that Bombshell is turned into Cyclonus?
Yeah, but people always debate it though. So, but I swear there was 3 of them later on, but it doesn't matter. I was just saying that usually when they release the third party figures, they always do 3 sweeps, and like one was always Scourge, and then they only ever release one Cyclonus. They never do 2.
Or like how Hasbro Takara did it, where there's like, okay, this one's Scourge. Here's a sweep.
And you change the finger?
No, that's just one of like the left hand that's open. The one with the left hand open is Scourge. The one with the right hand is a sweep.
Yeah, I have a Scourge.
No, you have sweep.
Do I have a sweep?
Yes.
I had Scourge on it.
Nope, it was a sweep.
Okay. Either way, it doesn't matter. Same freaking character.
It's no sweep.
What's a sweep? No, I find it funny because so you have Hasbro doing their Constructicons, you have Fans Toys doing one, you have X Transbots doing one, you have
It was funny in the OG toy that actually popped down, and that's what popped into part of Hook to keep.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious how it's going to work. I think. Because I looked at it and it doesn't come out. It looks like it would.
Well, something.
Oh, it does. Oh my God, you're right. There's you know what? So this is gonna slide in. So there's for the arm. That's a ratchet joint. Well, obviously because the head goes back when you transform.
No, but I'm saying like the little.
Because I was like,
the piece was actually like a metal piece that just kind of popped over.
Yeah, it just kind of. Do I have mine? No, I don't. Oh, he's up there. My G1's up there. I moved all my G1 stuff into one little section. That's interesting. Nobody has shown that. Haha! I got something nobody else has shown. Everybody's that have reviewed this have not shown this part when they do the combined mode. That is cool. Okay. So
we're gonna cut this short so I can get on.
No, yeah, right. Nah, it was fine. No. So people like this is painted. This is fully painted. I'm kind of liking these, but so this is the official. Like for like that they say to put it, the arm, but like when I was looking at the G1, because like they try to make these like G1 accuracy, and people are complaining because like look how big that backpack is. Well, you know why the backpack is so big. So the hands, right, the fist part's right there, but here's the thing, it just comes out because then this folds up, and then it attaches onto this, and then the hands out, right, and then here's like like this flips, and that's the ratchet joint. For like the elbow, right? So people are like, why did they put this inside? Like, what was the point? Because some third party companies try to do like all in one, Like, so this is a chug version, but this is back when they were doing chug versions before they started going to Masterpiece, and this is an all-in-one. So that's why it's kind of like not stable because it doesn't have some of the stuff. Whereas like the Minosaur, obviously, well, Minosaur is easy though because it's a trailer, and that can basically be the shell, you know. But like Fans Toys did Superion, and it's basically a shell, and people were complaining like, so Silverbolt was like $250 when it first came out, but then like they're like, but you don't need it. You can just, because he just turns into a box and goes in the back of the figure, kind of like how Motormaster does. But they're just like, well, you can just take him out because you're never going to have him displaying in the back. Which brings me to that people complaining about the Long Haul and Mixmaster combined having this stupid looking backpack. I'm like, are you going to have him? Long Haul and Hook. Are you going to, like, people are complaining about it being ugly. It's like, you do realize you're buying a mainline retailed figure, and two, who displays their figures from the back?
Oh, well, clearly someone has like that display where they can have like look on both sides. Like, ooh.
I suppose, but I was gonna say like so, but then in the animation, I was looking at the animation model. They have him like that on some of the photos. So I don't know what the official.
You know, I guess.
I mean, I'm fine with it this way because like he stands just fine, you know. But like, I don't know. Does that look stupid? Kind of stupid, right?
No, but I did actually see. I can't remember where. But I did see the animation of Minosaur and Superion, and I know like when the toys first came out, they had like the cars on Minosaur feet, like the legs, and then the planes for Superion were actually on the outside. But animation, yeah, they're actually right. They're actually on the back.
For Minosaur?
Minosaur and Superion. Well, the cars are on.
Yeah. But there's so like that comes from there are a few animation errors in season 2 where Minosaur's feet are actually on the front, or the cars are in the front. It's a couple shots, but the actual animation model, you're right, the cars are on the back, which is like how that one is, and how now in the Legends version I have can actually go both ways. Like you can actually, it has like the options where it can redo the feet and put them in the front. I think the reason why people think that way is because the toy was that way, right? Now the only ones that I know of where their vehicle modes were kind of on the front. Well, no, actually no. Technobots. No, his were on the back too. No, where's the Fitsor? I think he's the only one because you have the bicycle and the cop car. The cop car kind of folds up though, like the animation model. It turns into a box. But and then of course the Constructicons, obviously the vehicles are in the front, and then Scrapper basically turns into nothing. But I just find it interesting that we're getting all these different versions of we're getting all these Constructicons because I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, have you seen the Wednesday figures from NECA?
I have not.
Horrible.
Holy moly, those look. It could be just renders though, but.
Oh no, they look like.
But yeah, so here is Scrapper. So these are the IDW versions.
I mean, Shovel Fighter.
Yeah, Shovel Fighter. Yeah, Shovel Fighter. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. So there's that coming out. And then you have Hook or Hook Warrior. But what's interesting is because he turns into the top and he turns into a leg. Because the reason for that. IDW, they brainwash Prowl, because I think it also has. Does it show in the box? It does not. But like, there's another head where you put the package on, because then.
I thought it was Wheeljack.
No, it was Prowl. Because he's the next one coming out is Prowl. But yeah, they brainwash Prowl because Scrapper dies, or Scrapper gets killed. So Hook replaces the leg, and he becomes the new chest, or the top piece. So I think it's pretty cool. But anyways, so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And when obviously I think the Hasbro one will be done first, and who knows how long the Fans Toys one will take, and who knows how long the X Transbots one will take to come out. And then of course, so what I want to do is do like a retrospect video and have like all the Constructicons and see which one. I still think, as tall as this leg is.
Okay, no.
I still think the Combiner Wars will be the tallest one still. I still believe it'll be the tallest figure. that's not counting that one oversized one. I don't count a figure that's oversized because there is that one Gravity Builder would be the tallest one. But Gravity Builder is also a little bit of a stylized version of the Constructicons, and he's an oversized version. Like he's just massive. So, well, it's like so like we saw the trailer for oh my god, that doll thing with the dance. What's her freaking Megan? So I was at Target and I saw it and I was like, oh, I was thinking maybe I'll get it. I'll get the original one. And then I looked at it and I'm like, his face sculpt just doesn't. Something about this face sculpt just looks weird to me. Well, and I'm like, how can you get that wrong? Because she's in full on makeup.
Well, it's actually a mask.
So or it's a mask that's on her face, so it's like I don't know how you can get that wrong.
Well, have you seen? Let me put it this way: the Back to the Future figures that NECA did,
terrible. I didn't get them.
Doc Brown was the only ones that were good. Everyone else, like you see who it was supposed to be, but the coloring.
Yeah, it's like because I would have gotten Biff, and I would have gotten Marty, and I would have got Doc. And that's totally released though.
Yeah,
they didn't release.
It's just like,
and they would never release his dad because he obviously the licensing for that would just never go through. And then the girlfriend, I mean, who do you use?
No, but,
and then the mom. Like, does anybody care about the mom?
Because they're done doing gargoyles.
Yeah, they finished that line.
Well, nah, there were a few other ones they were gonna bring out, but evidently they decided to scrap them.
Maybe they didn't sell well or something.
Well, the thing is, the thing that people didn't like is like the fact that. Hey, it's cool they have these giant-ass wingspans, but at the same time, like, you should have included their folded-up wings with each figure, so that way you don't have to go out and buy two other figures.
To get the fold-up. Yeah, didn't you tell me about that? Like, who was it? Was it the girl, right? She came with, like, fold-out wings for one that...
For Brooklyn.
That's, like one that you can't get anymore because it's been so long.
Oh, no, no.
I mean, I know you got them.
Here's the sad thing is, she was the only human character I wanted. And, I sold out everywhere, and I couldn't buy it, and I couldn't find it anymore. Like, but yeah, NECA was like throwing them in like blind boxes. And I'm not gonna sit there spend $300 on a chance that I might get the one figure I want.
Oh right, yeah. But yeah, weren't they throwing with the human characters? Weren't they throwing in like the wing or the fold up wing versions of certain characters?
Because
I hate that. Like just put all the accessories in the same box.
Let me put it this way:
I hate that.
The only one who did not come with because Bronx came with wings for Goliath, which what was her name? Elisa. She should have came with wings for Goliath. Why can't I think of the bad guy's name? Riker.
I wasn't a huge fan of Garcro, so I could.
He came with Damona's wings, and let's see, Elisa, whatever the hell her name is, she came with Brooklyn's.
Yeah, I just remember. I remember you told me about it, and then like I looked it up, and I was like, "That's ridiculous." I just found that ridiculous.
No, but it's like people saying with the Pee Wee Herman that NECA did, and basically like, the shots, the promo shots, look like horrible. However, looking, and like I said, I will agree with a lot of people that are on the.
Well, because you got it, that one.
NECA subreddit where a couple of the heads are fine, but one of them just like no. I did actually was talking to somebody. They go, "Here, it would be funny. Like, where would I like display him?" Like, they go. So I was talking to a buddy I work with, and I was like, "Yo, I could actually put a screaming head on and stick him in like a display with predators and aliens." I did that once just for shits and giggles.
That's hilarious.
I had one of my predator figures out, and I got the Alf, and so I popped his head off, and had like the predator hole in Alf's head. With like Alf's body, like
Wow, that's. I mean, here we laughed at we both going to hell anyways. We laughed at that kid getting crushed in Destination. So what'd you get this week? What has Mr. J added to his collection last week?
This week nothing.
Nothing this week. Okay, so last week then. It's the end of the month. So what'd you get this month? I obviously I know what you got. We get in May, right?
Yeah, we went
early May, 1st of May. Wait, it was your birthday, so it's beginning of May.
Let's see.
So beyond that, what'd you get?
Well, that day I picked up Pee Wee at Target.
Yep.
And I think I was desperately trying to find something else, but ended up forgetting what I like one of those other things because I had this thing where I could get some kind of deal. But anyways, I couldn't find anything. So I half time I like remember the things I want. Kind of like look like if it was cheaper maybe. And I didn't buy there. Pee Wee there, at our local comic shop that's 2 hours away. Just in case if anyone actually knows who we are, yeah, I know or we know it's not local. And I've actually people, well, you had to drive 2 hours away to find. Like, no, I didn't have to. We just did it for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
But let's see, there at Starfighter, I bought Man Thing and the Boss Fight Studio Red Sonja. Well, I guess the one in Walmart, I did buy the 2 blockies that we stopped in Vermilion.
Yep.
I don't think I got anything at the one in Sioux City. And you picked up the one thing at GameStop.
At GameStop. Well, I'll get to mine.
Anyway, but no, I didn't. Nothing popped out. Nothing said, "Ooh, hey, you need me." But then
Nothing since then.
No, well, hold on. I'm trying to think of. Oh shit! I forgot the name of that toy store now. Or the vintage store, I should say, because it's not just toys.
It's like Wolf something. He's looking for the photo of the sign he took a picture of. I'm pretty sure it's like Wolf something.
The Wolves.
The Wolves.
Oh well, I know.
Well, you got a bunch of stuff in the mail this month too.
Oh yes, I got a cat in the box.
Cat in the box.
She loves
Not Cat in the Hat. Cat in the box.
Oh yeah, no, I got through Amazon the Spider-Man No Way Home Lizard.
Oh right, yeah.
And then at GameStop, I ordered the Doctor Doom helmet.
You got that already, didn't you? Yeah, I was gonna say you got it right there.
And then
does it fit with the glasses, or you gotta take the glasses off?
I have to take the glasses off. And it's weird things like, how the fuck are you supposed to keep the hood up? And I saw like.
Oh, it's not molded in.
Oh no, that's.
Oh, it's not actually cloth. Oh, okay.
No, but what's
might be actually worth the what? 150, 160.
$100?
Was it 100?
Yeah.
Really?
Hey, so if you're looking to get one, you might want to.
Because I know the Goblin Head one, that's 135 as I've seen at GameStop.
I ended up getting it for like around $100 or a little over 100 because it was on sale on. But no, let's see. No, it's like how you I put the hood on, like to do this, the hood's not staying where and the picture shows it's staying there. But then I looked on the top of the helmet. There's like this little divot. I go, the hell? I mean, that's kind of weird to have that there. Then I looked in the hood. There's like a little plastic piece. It clips in.
Oh,
there.
I figured it would just be like maybe magnets or something.
No.
But
no, I got.
That's interesting. A little clip.
And then last Saturday, I believe it's one of those things, right? I tried reaching out on the Marvel Legends subreddit. I go like, hey, I have the Savage Land Professor X. Do I really need to get the professor and his
oh, you were telling me about that, yeah.
and the hover chair, and I ended up deleting it because like the people were like, people could, because he said, well, it's your collection, display how you want, which I have no problem. I had no problem.
I mean, yeah, that's how I kind of do mine. I mean, yes, I have.
You need to get a better chair, man.
I know. I have. What do I have? I have the Last Ronin figures, but then I have the comics in there, but I mean, they're kind of the same universe, but they're different.
No, the Shredder's Archie comics.
Well, the Shredder's Archie comics, yeah.
But no.
No, it's not. It's
Archie comics. That's Archie comics.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah, I should have kept the box. Because the box had. Well, I guess we'll see the box. Well, the box said Elfman and Lee on it.
No. Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Turtles Adventures. That's the Archie comics. That's.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Still a cool Shredder.
No.
And I think it comes with a little crane head, so that's kind of cool.
No, actually, because in the comic, Crane took over Shredder's body.
Well, I know. You can go for both ways, yeah.
But no. So I said they're more negative. Like here's a hot take. Why don't you read the comics? No, dude, I'm not gonna go through years of comics. Like I said, people said that yes.
That's what Wikipedia's for.
And people said like yeah, and some of the one person actually was something like, well, has been walking for a while in the comics. I wasn't sitting there saying I wasn't waiting for people like, oh well, like the people do the, well, which one should I get? Get whatever one you like. Like I said, I was fine with it, but I just kind of wanted like opinions. Like, well, if you just kind of be like, I'll flat out tell you, my X-Men collection where it will be displayed will be very glad. I did have the Marvel Girl Jean Grey from the House of X or whatever, but I bought the one from '97, which is my more preferred look. Yes, they might be kind of slightly look a little different type thing, but for the most part, it's Jean Grey. I think I'm going my Cyclops. I'll be going with the House of M Cyclops. I've got it classes, and now thanks to the goddamn Marvel thing, I'm thinking if I might need a new Juggernaut.
I saw that. It's huge. I saw it.
Because they showed
I think it's bigger than the one they did for Deadpool, isn't it?
They never did one for that.
I thought they did do one.
No, I don't remember. But no.
Well, I thought they did do that version. Maybe I know they did Colossus, but
And I have that one too now.
Huh.
No, but no, I think for Deadpool, they only did Deadpool, Domino, and Cable.
Yeah, because that Colossus is from the first Deadpool,
First one, yeah.
not the second one. Because he's in the second one a lot.
Oh, he's actually in the third one too.
He's in the third one for like 20 minutes. Not even 20 minutes, 10 minutes.
No, but I know what
Background character.
What I'm saying is, but they actually, because I was one of the lucky few evidently to get the 2-pack of the Colossus and Juggernaut, and that Juggernaut was pretty huge and beefy, but this guy stands above him.
Well, yeah, this is it's like what, a $65 figure.
No one knows yet.
I thought they released the price yet.
No, they have not. However, okay. Anyway,
well, is it Marvel Legends or is it like that new special Marvel line? Because they did that Ultimate. Like they have the Ultimate Spider-Man or Maximum, yeah. Is that what it is, or we don't know?
No. It's. Hold on, let me. And then I actually ran across the prof in his hover chair at GameStop, and what was it, like $80? It was like $50, and I was like,
That's still not bad.
No, so I thought, you know what, screw it, I'll get it.
It was GameStop's why I said 80.
But no, now, as far as because they basically what they did is they talked about the Fantastic Four First Step figures, how there's 6. You got Johnny, in his uniform, and then they got the Flame On Johnny, or Human Torch, if you will, and then the Silver Surfer, and then the other, 4 that make 3.
I think it's interesting that the thing that. I mean, I almost thought they were going to put him in a shirt.
It's based on concept. All these are based on concept art.
Yeah, well, I just thought it was interesting that he has the wristbands.
Because here's what people are, don't realize, that the fact that these things are made 3 years. This process starts 3 years before they actually come out.
Yeah, because they got a molding. They got to do R&D, design, molding. They got to do testing. They got to do.
Basically that's.
It takes like a year.
Well, no, basically that's how they do it. They get. Yeah, for Force Awakens, when they did the Lego set for Kylo Ren's shuttle, people complained that when they got the set and after seeing the movie that the wings don't fold, so they made a new one down the line where the wings folded. However, it was because it was based on concept art that they
didn't know it folded.
Yeah, I know.
Because they didn't show it folding, so why would they do that?
That picture says, all right, this is what our Ben Grimm's gonna look like, so no shirt. I mean, that's not to say that they can't easily make one down the line.
I'm sure they will, because I mean, in the movie, they give him a shirt to save on CG. Well, there's no way that's not the reason why. It's probably easier to render him with the shirt on, and it makes sense for him to wear clothes.
There is
like he's got the jacket. They might do that version too.
There's one scene where if you've seen the trailers where he's like pulling the boat.
Yeah, he's not having a shirt on. Yeah. I find it interesting that this isn't a Build-A-Figure set.
Oh,
is it?
Yeah, it's not Build-A-Figure.
Is it building Herbie?
No.
Because I thought Herbie was coming with Mr. Fantastic. At least it looked like it was in there.
No, it's okay.
Well, he's got the arms. He's got which look ridiculous, but it's fine. It's fine.
Well, here's the thing again.
Because I've only seen the box images. I didn't watch the fan stream to see if they actually, how they actually have the figures in hand. Yeah. And they show you what they do. No, but who would the Build-A-Figure be? Galactus?
No, here's the thing.
Moldman?
Again, watching Robo, he was talking about how it would have been cool if they actually, actually put in different stretchy parts for each figure for him. That way, for instance, that way you don't have Mr. Fantastic. Well, he's a $50 figure because he comes with all these external parts. Hey, Sue Storm, here's your shield. But here's here's the arm with the big giant hand. Yeah, or whatever. Here's one with long what? Well, see, they don't. Did they design those things with the legs popping off? I've never actually tried to pop a leg off. I guess they could make it. They could do it at the thigh. Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, here, yeah. So here's the old. This is. They could do it right here. Yeah, right there to the thigh. Pop that out. Boom. Just like the Build-A-Figures. Yeah. They could have made him the Build-A-Figure. Well, hold on. Anyway, that'd be cool. And before I piss people off. Before I kind of get to the whole what the thing is, no, it's not a thing. There is a statue that I've seen a picture of that actually shows that they're statues for the first movie and for that movie, and it shows that Mr. Fantastic doing his his stretches. Sue, however, is pointing out one thing, and all of a sudden I don't know if it's gonna bubble, but Little Franklin. That's the Build-A-Figure? No. Oh. That's a motherfucker. Were you not listening? I'm listening to you. Statue. I know it's a statue. That's cool. But no, they have a little Franklin. So if you're whoa, is Franklin going to be in it? Yes, obviously she's pregnant, but that tells you right there that hey, It's based on the movie. So.
This might get us canceled. But what would you have thought if they had made like an accessory for her that was like a little attachment that made her pregnant?
Probably like that failed Barbie that Walmart many years
Was
ago.
it Walmart that tried?
No, Walmart said that, yeah, they didn't want to sell it. So basically, Mattel slapped a little either silver paint or, basically put a, so she had a ring on her fingers. Like, really?
Oh, yeah. There's that one, we're off topic now, but there's that one Barbie where you, like, I think you squeeze the legs or the feet, and it was like pre-Nemesis Barbie, where her chest would grow. It's from the 80s or something.
No, it was a Skipper.
Or it was Skipper. It was Skipper, yeah. It wasn't Barbie, but it was Barbie line. It's her universe.
Here's the weird thing is, I think I heard about it, and I'm not gonna lie, the thing was because it was in the Barbie movie where they're talking about like the different Barbies that had come out.
It was in that show, The Toys That Made Us. That's where I saw it.
Oh, was it? Oh,
yeah, they talked about it, like different Barbies. And that was one that was designed that, I don't know if it actually came out or it did come out, but people were like, and they scrapped it.
But like back in the 80s, that would be fine. Like today, it'd be like,
whoo, today.
Anyways, no, the build the thing is Reed's chalkboard, I guess, or whatever. Because in the
chalkboard?
In the movie,
that big, long chalkboard?
Yes, remember the movie?
Cool.
He goes, yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I saw pictures of it today. It's like, you know what? That's okay. That's kind of cool.
I'm fine with that
because you could actually have that in the background of your display, and you could literally.
You actually have him like with his arms stretched out.
Yeah, you literally have his arms stretched over. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's going to do that in the movie. They just haven't shown it because Reed did that in the original one too, where he was always like stretching his arm out, writing on the board across the room. I'm okay with that. I can see how people would be upset with that. But I mean, if you're doing a Build-A-Figure for the Fantastic Four, like you have a Herbie, you can't do a Build-A-Figure of him. He's too tiny. Even if you were to make him like up to his knee, like he would just be like, an accessory for one of the characters.
People would basically bitch about that.
Yeah.
Now, however, if you wanted to do like a movie where, like, since that statue already spoiled, that like Franklin looks. The thing is,
what would you? I mean, it could be a spoiler then, probably. Would you be okay if they did a Franklin as the Build-A-Figure, like a teenage or like a kid version as a Build-A-Figure, and then like he has like, I don't know, some accessories that are part of it? I mean, here's the thing: you really can't get upset with a chalkboard, a big old giant chalkboard from the movie being the Build-A-Figure piece when they have literally just done wings before. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
No, but what I'm saying is
that's a statue though.
Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is like, if they wanted to, after they were, hey, we want to release baby, Franklin, you could throw in Herbie with him, and something else.
Yeah, you could throw in you could do like adult version of him, and then or like whatever teenage version of him.
Then I can't wait for.
Yes, I that's him and Beastman, but I think I missed out on Beastman.
Yes, you did.
I could still get it probably, but it's probably gonna be like stupid price. Because I got Evil in this one when I got, and then I would like to get Man at Arms and.
He's delayed till August.
Is that the
70s Spider-Man? Yeah,
I heard he was gonna go back up for pre-order again.
It is.
Is it up again? Okay, I might go in on it if I see it. So what did I get this month? Well, we'll start with this.
Oh, and for quick about the 2-pack. So I'm rethinking. I'm thinking I might get the new Juggernaut. Depending on how much it is, because I think that one I could do like a thing where I get an Amazon gift card pre-ordered on Amazon and it's paid for.
Right.
But the other one I'm looking to get would be the Psylocke Thanos 2-pack. I don't really care about the Thanos, and people are joking that it's a Psylocke with a Thanos accessory. But that's a Target exclusive, so I don't think I'm going to bother pre-ordering it. If I get it in the store, cool.
Right, yeah.
If not, whatever.
I actually didn't get a whole lot this month, other than so we're at Sioux City. Okay, we obviously got this.
I did forget. Picked up 3 Black Series Star Wars figures at that DeWolf's.
Oh right, yeah, we were talking about the DeWolf's place. You got Han Solo and Carbonite. I got Ezra and. You got 2 from Rebels.
Ezra,
was it Rebels?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rebels. Okay, yeah, Ezra and you got Jeff. We got Jeff. Just real quick, I got obviously got the blockies, same thing.
Those are only 3.
You only got 3 figures there. You might have got 4. I got those, and then you were talking about at GameStop. I did get the Age of Extinction. Oh no, sorry. Yes, it was Age of Extinction. Age of Extinction, Optimus Prime. He's okay. I'm still debating on. I might swap them out for my mainline figure in my Studio Series display because right now my leader class is over there, and then the mainline version or Voyager version is on my shelf over there. I might swap it out. What else did I get? Obviously, I got. All right, well, I got Scrapper because I don't want nobody else to get it. I also got Sentinel Prime. I think I got that at GameStop too. No, I got that at Target.
Yes.
I got that. I got him and Scrapper at Target. Let's see. What else did I get? What did I get? I just got Magic cards there. I didn't get any figures, I don't think. Oh, no, I got Bill and Ted, which I don't know if you can see them up on top of the turtle van, but I did get Bill and Ted, which...
the other thing I got there was the Greedo.
Oh, Greedo, yeah.
And then, of course, I missed one, and I forgot I got Crystar at FYE.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, because you ended up figuring out that buying it online with shipping was about the same price. And it was on clearance.
Yeah, it was
that wasn't marked, so you walked out there. I mean, it's not really... it is a figure. I mean, it's a figure I have to build, but I am going in on the Fan Home Iron Man Mark III. I've got 6 pieces. I got the helmet built, and so the first box was the helmet and a foot, which I haven't put the foot together yet, and then I got 6 pieces 4 days ago, which is what all this is. So I'll probably be building that tonight, or attempting to start building them tonight. I also got the Omega Prime showed up in the mail, which I was very, very worried about because of the problem with the breakage. And I'm not going to go too much into it because I did do a Prime Talk video talking about this, and I also did an article on the website about how I feel like the reasons why that happened. And you can agree with me or disagree with me. Because this was originally slotted to come out mid to late June. That's what they said. They started showing up in March. People were getting them early March. And I thought, oh, it's probably, like influencers, like toy people. Like, oh, here, Pixel Dan, you ordered one, here you go. You can do the review for it. I don't think Pixel Dan actually does Transformers, but you get what I'm saying. Like, they were setting them to early, like Prime versus Prime, getting stuff early and stuff like that. People were reporting that Ultra Magnus was showing up. So, like, this is just basic gray plastic. That was showing up yellowed already. I haven't seen any photos of that, but the biggest one was Prime showing up with a cracked chest because you have to pull it apart and there's a big thing in there. And I was worried, and I kept checking every day. It's still saying pending. And then it was weird. It was funny because it said that it was shipped. And I was like, and this was Thursday. And I said, crap. I know I have to sign for this because that's how they do these. Because they want to make sure you get it. They don't want to do the whole leaving at the door thing and then I didn't get it. So luckily, and then Saturday, I had that Saturday off and I was sitting here and like, bing bong, bing bong. And I go up to my door and it's the UPS guy, or the FedEx guy, and they're like, sign here. I'm like, yep. And I look it out. Oh, there it is. So it showed up within 2 days of them saying that I got the email saying it got shipped. So that was pretty cool. And I was worried. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, I can display it. It will fit on my shelf in Omega Prime mode. I think I can't have the gun on the top. Like, it would sit on the top. But you can turn it into the barrel. Because this is... Blue Bolt's basically modular. It's like one of those... you know how they did those weaponizers? Yeah. It's a weaponizer is what it is. I'm pretty happy with it. I never owned Ultra Magnus, the original one. I did own him as a kid. But it broke. Because this mode did not hold together well, the original toy. So this broke off, so it'd only ever be like this. And then because that piece broke off, this part never stayed on. And I think I ended up selling it at a yard sale when I was like 23. Because this came out in 2001, 2000 in Japan, 2001 here. I ended up selling it because I needed the money. And I sold it for like $25, which back then was a lot of money. But I never saw Ultra Magnus in the store. And I think I don't know if they actually are made, but I think they did because I've seen people have done comparisons of the original. And I guess they improved the stability, and he's actually like these are chunkier than the original. So
I think back in the day I actually did buy it, but that's one of the things where I really knew nothing about like the show. I think I maybe seen a few episodes, but was never able to figure out how to transform things, so I was like, whatever.
That's okay. I watched it religiously with my brother. So for my brother, like if I were to say hit like so for me and like for you, obviously too. If I were to say what's your G1, you would obviously G1. Like you would say Transformers, the original show. My brother G1 for him would have been Beast Wars, and then like Beast Machine because that's like where he's at that age where he would have watched it. And he obviously I showed him the original show back. He watched the original G1 too and the movie and all that. But that was like 96, 97. But then there was nothing for like 5 years. And then so this was like, and then so I had forgotten about Transformers. Like it just kind of died out because like there was still like Galaxy Force or not Galaxy Force. That's later on. There was Super Fortress. There was other. They continued the show after season 3 in Japan, but I didn't know that there was no internet back then. Really, not until really 97. And I was more obsessed with anime at that time and at the time. So when they announced this in 2001, I was like, freaking another new Transformers show. I'm down. So yeah, me and my brother watched it religiously, and then I think 2004 of his Armada came out, and so I did watch the crap out of Armada, but I did not watch Energon, and I kind of watched Cybertron. I didn't like Cybertron because I didn't like the CG animation. But here I am online looking up. I want every single version, every primary version of Prime, which means I have to find the Energon version, which is like 200. I've only found one third-party company that sells it, that made one. It's Fans Hobby. And so for the Energon version, because that's the one where he combines with like 5 other robots, and it's like a weird thing. And then there's also one where I think they did like a Star Saber character he also combines with at the end. But that set is $260. And then
I think they did that for Combiner Wars. They actually had a Prime that thing like was either Jazz was one of the hooked up.
Yeah, well, like in that show, everybody hooked up. Like there was I think like the Bumblebee equipment. I think was Scattershot or whatever his name was. He could combine with Optimus too. And then I think Jazz and I don't know if Jazz was in. Was it Jazz?
I could have been one.
Anyways, it doesn't matter. That was all about super linking is what they called it in Armada and shit. But then Cybertron, they had this giant trailer that was just attached and it was like Galaxy Prime. You could fly in all this crap. And there's one for the original when it was first released, it was 160. I was like, oh cool, sold out. Oh, it's re-released again, 270. Ugh. So. But I'm not I have to get them because those were 2 shows I didn't really watch. But I think I have every other version. I think the only version of Prime that I don't have is I think that Rescue Bot version, which I think they're doing.
Well, I do.
Or they did come out with it already.
I know they did one. That's the police car. I don't know if his name was actually still Prowl or not, but they did that one. And then there is the fire truck coming out soon.
Yeah. What else did I get? I also got. I got Fans Toys. No, I did get it this month. I got Fans. No, I got that last month. I got Fans Toys Bone Crusher. Is that Bone Crusher? No, it's not Bone Crusher. Scavenger. Is it Scavenger? The shovel? Oh my god. Bone Crusher and Scrapper. Scavenger. I got Scavenger. Scavenger's the one with the treads. The purple treads. So I got Scavenger, which Mr. J just saw. I also...
No, that would be Bone Crusher, isn't that?
That's Bone Crusher.
You know what I'm saying? But
no, but that's the shovel. He has the overhead. He's the anyways. But yeah, and I also got I got a couple more Legends. I got Jazz, I got Starscream, and I got Soundwave, which comes with 3 tapes, and the tapes are adorable to transform. They're just there you go. Oh, actually, damn it! Actually, it looks like it. Holy crap! And it's pretty cool because Rumble comes with the little things. You fold up the arms, and then you put on the arm, and I got those. I think that's it. I didn't get any He-Man figures this year. No, yeah. Oh, actually, no, I did. I did get my. I got Raph at Walmart.
You got Raph.
I got Raph, Snake Man, and Donatello.
Oh yeah, well
I got those, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. I didn't pick up anything else. I did open up a bunch of stuff though. I finally decided not to sell my extra Power Rangers from 2007 figures, and that's why if you're looking up there, you see the combined mode. And
Oh no, I picked up the Mechanic and Rattler for Turtles of Grayskull.
yeah, oh yeah, those with the Turtles of Grayskull. I got it was the Snake Man version of Donatello and Raph, and I also got in the mail. I got the motherboard. And I got Michelangelo from Mattel Creations. When I got that, I think I paid 40. I think I paid 65 total, but I got 2 figures out of it. Where she was originally 65, I think she was 45, and then he was like 24. So yeah. Oh, and then I also, and you're gonna laugh at me. You told me no, you should do that, and I'm not gonna do it. But that bitch dropped down to $15. The turtle van.
Oh, did it?
Yes, I bought it. It was $15, and I was like, I scanned it. Oh, it was $15. Still here when I get off work. I'm fucking still here. So I bought it. So I was like, eh. Yeah, so I just put him in vehicle mode.
I saw it up there.
Yeah. But I do have to change that photo out because that photo is Pokemon. It should be Turtles, not Pokemon. But yeah, I think that's all I got this month. I didn't. Yeah, I do got some stuff on pre-order, but
like, one thing, did I buy a Masterverse figure?
Yeah, I no at Walmart. We were at Walmart. No, you don't.
No, I'm just trying to think of random, but I don't think I got any or this month.
This month. Yeah, no, that's it. So next month I'm probably going to be getting. Oh no, I think I got Hook. I also got Hook this month, but I haven't opened them yet.
I do know this next month I'm having a G.I. Joe Classified Blowtorch shipping early.
I do have Rama. So is it New Age or Magic Square? Anyway, I remember which one it was. So they released a Studio Series Megatron, right? Turns into a gun, obviously, but it's being shipped in. He's shipped in robot mode, obviously for obvious reasons. And the box looks like a Studio Series box, right? And he's supposed to go with your Optimus Prime, for your 86 Studio Series Optimus Prime. The problem is he's too short. He's like. He comes up to just, I think some of the photos were like, he just comes just a little bit past Optimus's shoulder. And people are like, dude, that doesn't scale right. It doesn't scale.
Well, if you have...
It was $100.
See,
here's the thing.
Here's how you do it.
I don't mind putting him up there. I don't care. And when I get him,
you have like Prime back there, like, and then Megatron up here facing him.
Right, yeah. So you have perspective.
There's your scale. That's how you like... Well, you buy it like, no, you put him in the foreground, Prime in the background.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not too worried about it.
Like the Dinobots, you put them way back there, so they look like, hey, they're dinosaur size, but no.
Yeah, they're real tiny. And then I also got Sunstreaker coming. Oh, I got RC. I got the Transformers Prime RC, which is actually not that bad of a transformation. It's pretty cool. She's just on my fanbot shelf with all my other RCs, except for that RC and that Alita one because they're War for Cybertron. And I did pre-order some stuff before Hasbro said that you had to lock in your pre-orders, and they changed their mind on freaking prices. So I'm like, whatever. I pre-ordered Skybite from Robots in Disguise, the shark. I also pre-ordered Scorponox, the War for Cybertron one. Earthrise, whatever. I think you have that one already. And then I also pre-ordered... I think I pre-ordered 2 other figures. I think they were Marvel figures, though. I don't remember who they are now. That's it, really, that I can think of. I did see in the store, though. I did see Ultimate Iron Man.
Yeah.
I don't know what that one's from. I've never seen that.
The Ultimates.
Is it like the suit just looks weird? I'm like,
it's because it's from the Ultimates.
Is it the Ultimate? Okay.
Because of the Ultimate Universe. That's.
Okay, I was just looking at it. I was like, I don't know that Iron Man is.
Oh, and I did actually pick up 2 of the Range Troopers for Star Wars Black Series. One, because I thought it was a kind of cool design, just to go with my Star Wars in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I think it's from Andor, anyway. And then I picked up a second one because I follow Robo on both Blue Sky and YouTube, and he has this character he calls Gus, which is basically the Range Trooper's body, like the one that first came out. And then he has a Kurt Russell head from Ego on it. Calls him Gus. So I reached out to him and said, hey, I told him, hey, I picked this up, but and asked him, share if he had like the links. I know he always shares them like a lot of times when he does his play dates and stuff.
Yeah.
Online, and when he'll share the links, but I'm not gonna scroll through all the videos to find. But I asked him like, there's someone who actually does 3D custom heads of a few different ones for versions for him and some other YouTubers. So I picked up the one that is, it's funny. It has his trademark little cap on there, his beard, but it's like a robot head. So I'm trying to get my niece to paint it because I.
Oh right. Oh, no! I also got it came in the mail from Bayback Toy Store. I got the cartoon She-Ra. He's like, give me a thumbs up, so you guys know. That's it. That's it.
Well, as far as like that series go, I only picked up the Skeletor and He-Man because I'm good. I mean,
because you got all the other ones, right?
Well, I got the orange, but I thought the cartoon line's cool and all. However, when they showed Montana, and I'm not gonna try to buy it because it's one of those things. If I saw it in the store, I'd pick it up because I just like. I'm not gonna lie because the way his OG Motu figure looked versus like the cartoon one is like completely different.
Completely different, yeah.
But I think the design of it and stuff is silly enough that I would buy it.
Buy it, yeah.
Like I said, I haven't. Well, let's put it this way: our store doesn't get anything new because we got a shitload of evil lens that should have been marked down and just got rid of. But well, no, I'm just saying in general because it's not just I've seen it like all the
every store. It's she's 2 a case. It's ridiculous. No, 3 a case. No, because it's Orko, 2 Evelynns, and whatever the other guy's name is.
If you ever think about going in, like I know Entertainment Earth will sell cases. If like Marvel Legends, if you're ever thinking about going in, let me know and I'll try to get you money for like a case of whatever.
Oh right. Yeah.
Okay, so for instance, like let me look it up real quick.
Well, because that's what I was saying. Because I saw the email from like Nerdzoic, and I thought about buying. Because I was like, because usually like to build a figure, like usually the case is usually 2 of a figure in the case. I'm like, that's why I never buy a case. I'm like, I don't want 2 freaking Wolverines or whatever. It's usually Wolverine that's the duplicate in the case. But I was like, oh,
they're selling that helmet for $125 at the Doom.
Big Bad Toy Store.
Okay, $150 for a case of 6. So
that's not bad.
Well, here's the thing though.
Shows Nerdzoic selling this for $148, but I don't know. I don't know if they're shipping, but they're $4 for shipping though.
Well, that's free shipping. But here's the thing. That's the case. The 6 figures is that case.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so that would be worth it if I was like, I'm going to get all of them, just get them all at once.
Yeah.
Versus like, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't know if I'm going to wait to see if they show up at stores and I go, or if I just order the case. If I do, it'll be next month if I do it. Actually, we have one more day as a recording of this. It's the 31st of May. But is there anything else, like anything you watched this week you want to talk about? Because I haven't watched anything other than Super Sentai, and that's. I caught up on one. I caught up on the one show. That's it. I haven't watched anything this month. Really, anything new? Like,
well, I've past weekend I watched the newest episode of Welcome to Wrexham. Because of the show, I hate Tom Brady even more, and for some reason I care about the soccer team. Oh, I'm sorry, football team.
Football.
That I've never heard of, and I'm like, why do I care about these guys? I shouldn't. But anyway.
Here you are watching episode 7, or whatever. I know Andor season 2 came out. I didn't even watch the first one.
I finished watching it all. It's actually.
I've heard people calling it Andor.
Well, it's like one of those things where people don't. I think a lot of times people just kind of want to argue about what is Star Wars. Is Star Wars Jedi versus Sith? You know. I
would say that's one part of the greater universe of Star Wars, but.
But people like I said, as far as the Skeleton Crew, I enjoyed the show because it was fun.
Was that animated?
No.
Or was that live action?
Live action.
Okay.
The Acolyte, there was like one episode that people loved for whatever reason. I just didn't care for it. But, I've known enough people hated on it. They said, I know we're not doing it anymore because, you fans, hated it.
I still watched it, though. That's the point.
Well, I think it's
you gotta watch it to hate it, I guess.
Any fan base is going to have your toxic minority.
I think Star Wars has the loudest minority of people that hate Star Wars.
The toxic minority are the loudest ones. Where if I say, "Hey, I thought the show was okay," well, you're an idiot, because people will attack people I'm as old as I am now. Like, yes, I like the G1 Transformers better. Turtles.
I am a fan of Transformers and all forms. To be fair, yes, I was not a huge fan of the Bayverse when they first came out. I was like, "Ugh, that's not Optimus Prime."
No,
It grew on me. I'm like, I actually like those a little better than G1. I know it might be a little weird to say.
Where you see is like, well, and let's face facts, like in the real world, how would it
that's how it would look.
No, but I said I didn't really have a huge issue with it, but like people were like, he kept throwing like the stupidest shit in there, and people would come in like, it would make billions.
The story's bad. I'm just talking design.
No,
not anything about story.
Same thing with that was like,
And I don't love everything of it. I don't like the twins. I think those are stupid.
Devastator's wrecking balls,
That's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. I think it's dumb, but
no, what I'm saying though is the fact that I've seen it. I was on all the different subreddits where I grew up with G1, so that's my go-to. Oh, you're just a G1, or your thoughts are wrong. I've seen some of the other shows, and they weren't for me. So guess what? If you're a fan of them, great, man. Cool.
Right.
It's like, okay, like I said with Star Wars. Okay, I grew up with OG trilogy, so that's my Star Wars. I did not care for the prequel trilogy. There was some good, I liked Attack of the Clones, but yet there was Attack of the Clones is okay. I liked Revenge of the Sith, but there was
Revenge of the Sith was the best one, but
there again still the whole R2 flying around, shooting grease or whatever around those battle droids, and
then he doesn't do it later on.
Well, let's say the fact that George Lucas kind of should have had him doing stuff that he
can't do later.
Okay,
because you're doing it backwards. Yeah. No, I get where I totally get where you're going for that.
Like I said, like that. People say, like, oh well, like the sequel trilogy had a whole bunch of stupid humor, which I will agree. Yes, they did. The whole Poe showing up at this this huge dreadnought ship and like, oh yeah, I'm looking for General Hux. Oh wait, okay, that was stupid.
That was stupid. But the stupidest line in the entire franchise. What's the stupidest line? Entire franchise. Not just the movies. No, we're not talking about the shows. So that includes Rebels, Rogue One, and Solo. And I did see Solo, by the way. It's fine. I don't really like it. I don't think it's like Beetlejuice. I didn't need it.
Well, the thing was,
but it's not a bad movie. But I didn't need it, and it left some questions that are never going to get answered now, like the whole Darth Maul at the end.
Again, that's because the people hated on it. I know, and we're
And I think they did continue it, but they continued in the Rebels TV show, which I didn't watch. But what was the worst line in your opinion, for Star Wars? Just films that, like, when you hear it, you just shake your head, like, oh my god, who wrote that? George Lucas wrote that.
No, again, like I said, I think George Lucas was the one that realized, like, that's great to do stuff with the CGI, man, but remember, you have the middle story done, so why...
don't... Like, if you want to do something fantastic like that, do it after Episode 6.
No, but the thing that I had an issue with is, like, I remember her. She was really sad. It was short. I mean, then you got the people going around like, well, it was...
I took that as interpretation of the Force.
Again, no, that's not how you have, like, basically what it's like, oh, she was sad, I remember, right? So that the one
she was sad.
Yes, the whole brief look at her face, like, yeah, that's like a couple seconds. And again, yes, people brought in, well, it's the Force, remember, right? It's... She's
strong with the Force. People complained about that, and I was like, why? You have to remember that the Star Wars, because when that line was said in Episode 6, right? Yeah, that Luke asked her, Episode 6.
So
Episode 6 was released in theaters in 1983. I was like 1.
No, what I'm saying though is that, but the prequel trilogy could have easily, maybe cut to her giving birth and then actually like
not killed her right there.
Yeah, all of a sudden had her just go back to, well, I don't want to say pretending to be a handmaid, but
I feel the reason why they killed her off, like in childbirth, was so that the Emperor could tell Vader that you killed her in your rage. And because then he would try to censor and he couldn't censor, he would believe it to be true.
But no,
but anyway.
Oh, you know what? Okay, the dumbest line.
You had to think about it.
Someone could be like, oh, well, the whole, somehow the Emperor returned. Well,
there it goes. That was what I was going to tell you.
No, mine is the whole Darth Vader.
No. Yeah, that was pretty bad too. But no, for me, the worst line ever. Somehow, I think this is more the delivery than the line itself. Somehow, Palpatine has returned.
No, but
and we're not going to explain why.
Well, supposedly there was like a book that kind of.
There was a book. There was a legacy book from like 10 years before that.
No, you're actually thinking of the Dark Horse comics, because there was one they did called Dark Empire where the Emperor returned as a clone.
Yeah. And there's also the novelization version of it too, which is the one I read.
No, they actually don't. They didn't do a Dark Empire novelization.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No, but there's like some book where basically they kind of explain how.
Oh, you mean the graphic novel for the movie?
No. There was a novel that. Oh shit! I can't remember what it was now. Saw it on Reddit or I think, well, that might be kind of a cool read. But no, where they kind of basically explain, I think, talk about how the Emperor was at like the Battle of Exegol or something. Like it's basically somehow it explains how somehow the Palpatine has returned. I said no. That's
somehow he returned. Yeah.
No, that's not like me. That's one of those things where it's just I'm flat out gonna tell you. You know, even though there were parts of Rise of Skywalker that I liked. I don't give a shit. Like, still to this day, even watching it, you know, when I just kind of do what I'm
gonna rewatch all the Star Wars movies.
Even that time where, Leia's, the princess died, the general died, and Chewie's reaction,
the best reaction. I think that was like the actor actually like.
No, Peter Mayhew. Actually.
Well, I mean the actor, because I mean that actor. No, wait, that's a different actor, right?
Yes, his name is Jonas.
Didn't he do Force Awakens?
He was like doing. Peter Mayhew was still in the costume for part of it. I don't think it was actually a lot of like the action stuff because
yeah, it's mostly CG now or stuntmen.
No, he actually had the other dude. Not quite as tall as Peter Mayhew.
You're right.
But he's a tall guy. So but no.
Here's a hot take because I recently rewatched all the Star Wars movies like 2 months ago, and
shit, dude, I did mine at the beginning of the month.
I would tell you that if I were to rank them, if I were to say here's my ranking: OG trilogy, best of the trilogy, best of the prequel trilogy, best of the new trilogy, I would say the best of the original trilogy was Empire Strikes Back.
Oh yes.
Just the fight choreography with Vader and Luke was great. The I Am Your Father is probably the most iconic scene of probably all of cinema. And I did like the Cloud City stuff. I thought that was really cool. For the prequels, Revenge of the Sith would be the best one. Phantom Menace is a close second though, for me. But I think it's more of the tattooing stuff that kind of slows it down for me. But that's neither here. And then here's my hot take for the new trilogy, sequel trilogy. The Last Jedi was the best one.
Yeah, I will tell you why.
I think that is Star Wars. I think, and I know Mark Hamill has come out and said he didn't like that movie. And he's also gone back and changed his mind.
No, I will say the reason I actually liked it is because people didn't like the fact that they didn't like that. I actually thought the take was kind of.
That you're nobody.
No, well, there's that. They should have stuck with it, but but I like how it kind of shifted how Star Wars was done. Like basically, okay, hey, here's Phantom Menace. Well, all of a sudden, like 10 years go by or whatever, and now Anakin's older.
Yeah, because they're just like, what was it? After, right?
Pretty much, literally right after.
Like it didn't, like there was like maybe a month, if even.
Oh no, they were.
They were still running. That's right.
They're evacuating the planet. And
there were two things. Well, obviously,
But let me put it this way. This is my hill I stand on is the fact that, and as I know, there was like here's like the biggest thing, and I've actually read some stuff on the Star Wars subreddit where people talk about basically said there was like no coherent plan with that sequel trilogy. That's why it didn't do as well, and I will agree with that because there was someone who did the third one, and they said like no, we don't like it. And they brought J.J. Abrams back, and I think
they did too many course directions.
Well, let me put it. They did. I'm sure they brought him back and was like, oh, hey, people loved Force Awakens, so they loved what he did. However, I'm gonna flat out say, again, like I said, I enjoyed parts of it. I think they should give Finn the shaft where they should have made this character do something, either that or had him killed off at the end of Last Jedi.
They should have made him the main character.
Well.
That's just my opinion, and I'm not saying that because of diversity or anything like that. He was probably the most interesting character in that entire trilogy. A stormtrooper who turns to and could have possibly should have turned into a Jedi.
No, like I said, the fact that there was so much they could have done that they just kind of I'm sure they had plans, but they brought JJ, and that film felt to me
because he had less of a role in the Last Jedi, Jedi.
No, he
Rise of Skywalker.
Probably about the same role he had in like the first two. No, it was Rose, since people hated on her so much that the whole excuse was like, oh well, she had like a lot of stuff. Well, with Carrie Fisher dying, like we had to kind of change the role. Like, no, you could have had somebody else. Like, because I said, J.J. Abrams brought in the dude who played Mary from Lord of the Rings, and I gave him like lines like, "Bro, I get it. You worked with him on Lost. Does he need to be in Star Wars? No."
No.
Same thing.
But actors do. But directors do that. With like Bruce Campbell being almost every single Sam Raimi film.
No,
I think the only one he wasn't in was Drag Me to Hell.
No,
take that back. He might have had a cameo in that movie.
No, but
or James Gunn's brother, being almost everything.
Or Ron Howard's brother.
Yeah. They did everything.
No, but I still, this is my hill. Like I said, there were some good parts in it. But to me, it still feels like it's like the fans hated Rose. Well, we're gonna sit there and shorten her. She's not gonna be that big of a character now. Oh, well, the people want Rey to be somebody. Oh, she's a Palpatine now. Like I said, that's why
they didn't have a plan, because they just made stuff up at the last minute.
Well, no, I think that's what they're trying. They wanted to bring the fans back. So okay, well, what we learned. Oh, they want Rey to be somebody. Okay, well, what should we do? Okay, we'll do this.
I think what caused that prequel trilogy, the new sequel trilogy, to fall apart was something that like Star Wars has now, where they have somebody who's in charge. I'm not talking about Ray Kennedy, but I'm talking about like they have like you have like Marvel, you have Kevin Feige, and then he's like, okay, I need a team. He hires 10 people. And, okay, what's your idea for the next 10 years? Lay them out to me. And then they make a roadmap. I'm not saying they have every little detail of every story point. And yes, obviously, like with Doomsday,
Star Wars,
it's changed. Okay, we're gonna pivot a little bit because that didn't work out, and we don't really like it now. So, what we want to do this instead. But we're not doing that because the fans didn't like it or because they say they want this. We're doing it because it didn't work for us.
No, Star Wars doesn't have anybody.
Well, they do, kind of, but, like, they're not, like, cohesive, though. Like, you have one team that's doing, like, all the Mandalorian stuff, and then they did, like, Rogue, they did, like, the Clone Wars show, and then, like, Rebels, and then they did the Ahsoka show.
You're talking about Dave Filoni, but he's not
head of it, though, but I'm saying, like, they kind of have, that's what they need, though. They need someone like George Lucas, who's, like, I'm not saying somebody like George Lucas. I'm saying somebody who's like the keeper. Someone who goes, okay, and it doesn't have to be one person, like just one person who says, okay, this is what Star Wars is going to be. Here's the plan. Here's what we want to do. Have a team. What do you guys think? Let's brainstorm. Okay, we have our plan now. We're going to do these movies, and we're going to do these movies, and it doesn't matter if they do well or not. This is what we're doing. Because this is a story we're trying to tell at the end of it. Just like George Lucas had a story he wanted to tell from episode 4 to episode 6. He told that story. He wanted to come back 20 years later. Here's the story of how it started. Despite the fact that people hated Attack of the Clones. He didn't change Revenge of the Sith because fans didn't like Attack of the Clones. He still did what he wanted to do. And it was re-released. It made a ton of money. And we're like, what the hell? Whereas the sequel trilogies, I don't know if they had a plan going into it. I think, hey, we're going to do a Star Wars movie every 2 years, and we're going to do a Star Wars story in between that. That was the whole, like, okay, we're going to do Force Awakens, then we're going to do Solo, and then we're going to do another chapter movie, then we're going to do a side story, and they're going to be called Star Wars as what was it called? What was it, like Star Wars? A Star Wars story, and it wasn't going to have a crawl on it and anything. It was just like they did Rogue One, but then after it was did they do Rogue One and Solo, or is it Solo Rogue One?
I think Rogue One came out first.
Okay, so Rogue One and Solo, and because Solo did so poorly, they just stopped. Oh no, because Obi-Wan was supposed to be a show too, and then that got turned into a TV show. But what I'm saying is, like, they don't have anybody who's like coming up with anything, because then they're like, oh well, this one didn't do well. Well, now we gotta change stuff, but then now you're contradicting crap. Like Soak became like a nobody. Like he just was forgotten.
Well,
You know what I mean? Or it was like supposed to be like somebody controlled by Palpatine or something like that.
That's basically what they did.
Or it was Palpatine or something. I think is what they were trying to say.
You've seen him using it as a puppet.
Or yeah, it was like a puppet thing. Or no, he was cloning him, so it was like that's dumb. No,
the thing is, you don't know what the actual story was because
no, I don't think they even had one. To be fair, but I was gonna say like the reason why The Last Jedi for me is because one, I thought the casino stuff was great. You know what I mean? I thought that was probably the best of it. With the whole like, well, how do you think the rebels are getting their money?
Well, I said
that was interesting to me. Oh.
No, but
the rich people don't care who's in charge. They're making money
either way. You could also
way.
sit there and look at it. Oh, it's if you want to sit there and bitch and moan about it. Oh, it's just Empire all over again. You could
argue it was kind of Empire kind of again.
Because like, oh hey, the whole Canto, whatever thing. Oh, that's Cloud City.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I guess you could look at it that way. Yeah.
You know, they met someone who, hey, guess what? Oops, I betrayed you. Sorry, they gave me a better deal.
That's true. That would be Lando. Yeah.
Well, again, like I said.
Well, he was kind of forced to do it, but yeah. But yeah, that's just kind of.
But no, some fun facts for people who probably will watch and have no idea what we're talking about, except for maybe 1-2 people. SuperCon. Remember, like last year, they were supposed to have the puppeteers that do the Baby Grogu.
They weren't there, were they?
No, because they were shooting Mando and Grogu. The
Mandalorian movie.
Anyway, they're supposedly supposed to be back this year. Or they're this year. And evidently the guy who helped puppeteer Yoda, remember that we sat in
We saw in that one, yep.
And he's going to be back. I remember I asked him a question. I had the wrong director. I said George Lucas, but it was Irving Kirshner, who would actually talk to the Yoda puppet.
Yeah, because it wasn't George Lucas who directed Empire.
No, it was Irving Kirshner.
Yeah.
So he goes, it was Irving. They go, no, right, it's Irving Kirshner. But I asked him, and he said that, yeah, he knew that, Frank had done so well on the, Frank Oz has done like so well, like making him look alive that, he would actually, talk to the puppet. But yeah, he's going to be back. And he also helped with, do Jabba the Hutt and Jedi.
Oh, yep. Yeah, we'll look forward to that. We'll probably have like a special episode we'll do talking about that in September.
And again,
22nd?
19th, 20, 21st.
Yeah, 21st, yeah. That middle weekend of September, so. Well, I think that about wraps it up. We've got nothing else for this episode. We'll be back next week. We'll probably both have a little bit more sleep, because...
Oh, no, because I'm off.
Oh, that's right,
I only have next Saturday off.
Well, this is the same as me. I go back to work tomorrow. Or tomorrow night. Sunday night.
No, I don't go back to Monday.
I know you don't go back to Monday, yeah. So yeah, we'll be back with, hopefully we'll have some more stuff, and if you guys want to leave us some questions or anything like that, you can email me at webmaster@MajinPlanet.com, or you can also just hit me up on Instagram, and that would be at MajinPlanet. And just send us questions. Something you want us to talk about, like displays, ideas. Then we talked a little bit about mixed matching, like series. Not all the same X-Men series, but they're X-Men. So yeah, guys, let us know, and we'll be back in almost September, June.